Hello, good day to you. It's me, Andy, and Talkin. Really, a little story that's in the Canary, and it's about the DWP continuing with sanctions despite another lockdown. With the sanctions, and you have to read the small print, I'm afraid, because it's not as bad as it looks out to be. As always, with the media. They've just announced that job centres will remain open during the latest lockdown. While this is not new, the devil is in the detail. As I said, look into the actual words. Because the DWP has not publicly said whether it's suspending sanctions or not, like it did in March, the Canary have received confirmation that the DWP will continue to impose sanctions on claimants in some circumstances. There's the key words there, in some circumstances. Back in March, the Canary reported that the DWP said that there would be people receiving benefits who not have to attend job centres appointments for at least 3 months, blah blah blah, and of course all requirements to attend job centres in person are suspended. Of course they said that was in the first lockdown, and then in July they said that there was a conditionality requirement. So this is, we don't want to sanction anyone, these are difficult, uncertain times, but we want everybody to do the right thing so we can help them find work or increase hours where that is possible. No sanction will be used until the claimant has an up-to-date claimant commitment in place. And then obviously after that, a sanction will only be used where a claimant has not provided a good reason for meeting the agreement. A sanction is where the DWP stops a person's benefits money. Then in November, a FOI request forced the department to publish its latest internal guideline on conditionality. It's called the Sanction Assurance Framework, and this document gives DWP staff guidance on when and why to apply conditionality. When considering a possible sanction referral, the work coach must gather evidence and review any changes in the claimant's circumstances, taking into account the pandemic. The Canary asked the DWP for further information on 6th of January. She specifically wanted to know if it would reintroduce the assessments relating to conditionality and sanctions that it previously put in place last March. A spokesperson would not give a commitment for comment for publication, but they did outline that essentially the same rules it brought in July were remaining in place. Of note is that the DWP took 22 hours to finally give a definitive response. While some restrictions in sanctions are welcomed, historically DWP data shows that it has to overturn nearly a third of its decisions to apply a sanction. The rates of sanctions did fall after last March, but the data shows it still sanctioned nearly 20,000 claimants in August. It seems like, much like last year, the DWP is being slow to act over an evolving national situation. So you'd think that the DWP would react in the same way it did last March. This is now all the more pressing given that since February 2020, the number of people on universal credit has increased by nearly 3 million to just over 5.8 million people. Yet it now appears that the DWP is keeping the same sanctions regime that was in place last summer when the country was under barely any restrictions. This approach is dangerous and could potentially cause catastrophe for countless numbers of claimants. So there you go, it's sanction time. It's basically the same as last summer when they can't sanction you, even though this lockdown is allegedly more strict than last summer. The idea is that you can still get sanctioned if you don't follow the rules. And of course, don't forget, we're looking at March, April time this year, 2021, when furlough ends, and of course there will be another 3 million to add on to that 5.8 million. So that's the estimate of number of people that will lose their jobs when furlough stops, and of course they're all out of work and out of a job. And of course this is a direct response to the great reset that you can stop if you say no. So please stand up, join us and say no more. Have a good day. I'll catch you next video. Bye for now.